Thrills and Thrill.
Coming up, we'll drink and toast to the weekend with a shot of the day that is Bad Choice Friday.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
We've got a full moon on Sunday night, apparently a teeny tiny blue moon.
It's just the 10% of its normal size.
It's a blue micro moon. It's very rare.
Micro moon.
Are we excited for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
I am.
It's
Some
the moon,
girls
but
are.
Blue.
It's the moon, but tinier.
It's micro.
Well, that's why it's blue.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
The micro. It all goes hand in hand.
I believe we'll be able to see this. So we celebrate today with a couple of crooners. We'll start off with Frank Sinatra. Yeah. Does he do Blue Origin? Do they offer him a spot on the Katy Perry line?
I think Bezos absolutely will go to Frank Sinatra.
I think Frank would turn it down.
What? William Shatner went.
William Shatner doesn't come off as old and Italian and old school to me. It's Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, but I bet you Frank Sinatra. I have one condition, baby. I can drink a little whiskey and smoke a cigarette in the capsule. I mean, I feel like that would be his deal.
Yep.
First man to smoke a cigarette in space.
Frank Sinatra and Fly Me to the Moon taking on Dean Martin on a Bad Choice Friday.
When the moon.
Second thing he said.
You ting-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. That's
Dean
Amore.
Martin, that's Amore, and Frank Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon. Two ways you can vote on Bad Choice Friday. If you follow us on X, you can vote at Minstrom Live. If you watch the show on YouTube, you can follow us and vote there at KISW Rock. So
And it doesn't matter which song wins. When it comes on, you roll down your windows and you crank it
be a
up.
banger.
Tear off the knob.
Italians, their food culture just sounds cooler, right? Like I don't know, ragu or this or that.
Rigatoni.
Right, exactly. It's like, what are you guys having over there on St. Patrick's Day? Like, we got corned beef and cabbage.
I think it's them and the French. Probably do it the best. Like etouffee.
That's more Creole, isn't it? Like, I would take
Definitely Creole, but it's a French word, right?
All right, is it- all right,
Etouffee.
Yeah, a baguette instead of bread.
Yeah, but we still like a bag.
Italian, it's a loaf.
Yeah, there you go. That's where they go wrong. Loaf.
focaccia.
Well, yeah.
Ciabatta.
Head to New Zealand on our question. A woman tells her story about when she gave birth. It's a boy. My partner Cody, then 25, told me about our newest addition, who arrived in the world via C-section, like the gorilla at
Yes.
the Woodland Park Zoo.
Which gave us a new perfume idea, but I can't say it here.
Now, little Archie didn't have a big appetite after his first feed, and he slept through the night without even stirring. Doctors put his lack of appetite down to an uncomfortable tongue tie. I trusted the doctors, but when I discovered stool in the front of his diaper the next morning, I was concerned. Having changed thousands of diapers in my time, down there they call them nappies, I'd never seen anything like it. Alerting nurses, they sent a doctor in who examined Archie's butt. But nothing could have prepared me for what came next. Archie needs emergency surgery, the doctor said, explaining that our little boy had a life-threatening condition. A congenital birth defect that meant his anus was missing. He also had some
That's
type
your boy's
of
problem right here. He ain't got no anus.
urethral fistula, which meant instead of still moving through the natural passage, it had been redirected out of his penis. So surgeons attached a colostomy in place. This meant his large intestines was diverted through an opening in his stomach, and a special bag was attached on the outside to collect his waste. Thankfully, the 8-hour operation was successful.
And apparently this
little
kid, a lot of people feel bad for the kid. The mother said, listen, do not feel bad for him. I guess, like when they brought him into school, they were very concerned the other kids would make fun of him for understandable reasons. They said apparently he walked into the classroom, like lifted his shirt. He's like, I got a bag where I poop. She said he will tell anyone whether you ask or not. But as a result of doing that, all the kids are like, that's weird, but cool. So she said he does really well in school because he is up front. And she's like, you can't go to a restaurant without him. If anyone like looks at him and they look down at his shirt, He'll look at the stranger and be like, "It's my poop bag."
With a colostomy bag,
Yeah.
is that attached to the stomach or the intestines? Do we know
It's
that?
attached to the intestine.
It is.
Yeah, but that's why they said they have to redirect the intestine and bring it up the side.
When it's feasible that the bag could fill up with gas.
Sure.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
all farts, no poop.
Right.
But it would go there, I believe, right? Where else would it
Exactly.
go?
Do you think you still fart if you? I don't know.
That was actually what I was getting.
I would think you do, because look, if you eat, here's the thing about farting, and this is the weird thing about farts. Your farts, when you fart, you're kind of farting the fart of the bacteria that's breaking down the food in your gut, right?
Yeah.
So the bacteria breaks down the food in your gut, and then essentially it, quote unquote, expels gas. So they are farting. So your fart is kind of a collection of your gut bacteria's farts, and then you fart.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
that's the weird thing about it. So, yeah, if you eat, the fart's going to happen. But, yeah, I guess it would go to the bag.
Our question, what body part were you born without, or what body part do you no longer have? 206-803-ROCK.
Dude, that is what happens. It's called ballooning.
All
If
right.
a fart
When you
goes,
fart into
goes
the-
into the bag, and they don't know it's going to happen. But you can easily manage the noise and odor and ballooning through specific dietary choices.
Do you think it makes the same noise, though? Because I feel like, listen, and I just say it like this, because when you fart under normal circumstances, assuming you're not gambling, you can control the pitch based on how tight you squeeze or whatever you're going to do, right?
Yeah.
But if it's just some automatic opening that goes to the colostomy bag, like you can't control the pitch or cut it off or anything like that.
Bless you.
So is it every time, or is it just a?
I
You
don't
know what I mean? Like we can kind of control it with our butts. We know what's coming, and we make this depending where we are. If I'm at a funeral, I'm going to fart one way. If I'm on a plane, I fart one way. If I'm in the studio, I fart an entirely different way. But I have control over that. And the thing with the colostomy bag, it just is what
I mean,
it is.
you could honestly just take it and maybe just push all the air out and just reattach it.
Oh,
Because you don't have anything else in there. You could, in theory, fill that entire bag full of air.
yeah, you could.
But then watch it. I mean,
You got to go outside to do that, man.
You got to, yeah, you
There
got to
is
burp.
no
I mean, that's got to be the worst smell.
Because it's a collection of. We go one
Correct.
at a time. This is like, hey, man, you've done it 9 times.
It doesn't get a chance to dissipate.
No, it's all just concentrated
It's just
in there.
straight. It's like, concentrated orange juice.
I think that's the only prank I could play if I had a colostomy bag. You're in there taking a steamy shower, just like,
Oh my God.
close the door real quick.
I mean, I had a teacher at DeMatha. He was the cross country coach.
Yeah.
Right. So he was a pretty small guy, but he wore very baggy clothes, like shirts, dress shirts, which in the late '90s wasn't that. But his, you kind of noticed, like, man, that's a baggy shirt. So finally, one of us figured out that he must have one.
Yeah.
But same thing, like I think we were freshmen, and he was just like, "Look, here's the deal. I do have a colostomy bag, right?" And somebody smiled, and he goes, "You guys have no idea what," and I didn't.
You
And
know-
he explained what it was, and then we were all like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, when you understand, when you understand it, it's not funny. When you just say it out front, like I poop in a bag.
Right,
It's
that's
like,
how the word was getting around to me. It was like,
poops in a bag.
Hey, Tiny, he poops in a bag.
Right,
Attached to his tummy.
What body part were you born without, or what body part do you no longer have? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, when you put it like that.
Right, exactly. We were like, oh.
Hello, Wade. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, first question is, I think farting and pooping, I think I do that pretty regularly. There must be, like, ailments to that, right?
What do you mean? I would think if you have to wear a colostomy bag, this is just my guess, having never worn one, but my first question about my diet to minimize how much I'm going to do either one of
Are
these
you saying,
things.
Wade, you have a colostomy bag?
No. Miles, come on.
Well, no. I mean, you asked the
What I'm
question.
saying-
I-
what
I-
I'm
He's
saying
supposed
is,
to.
I figured you were going to explain
do
to
it.
us this.
I think I do it regularly, and I think it's pretty healthy. Farting and pooping.
Yeah, both of those things are.
Yeah.
You
And
must-
it
you gotta
doesn't
be-
matter
you're-
what I eat. I think I'm pretty consistent. So I feel sorry for people who kind of have a problem with that.
Well, I would just think you really have to regulate your diet because, like, look, I'm going to go out drinking tonight after the show, so I know what that entails tomorrow morning. I would think if I have a colostomy bag, maybe I don't do that. Or, Ted, when you go to the East Coast, like, I'm getting as many crab cakes as I can.
Right, I'm going to be out drinking beers with cousins and buddies.
I think you just got to cut that out.
I know, but like if you eat beans, okay, you're going to fart, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that's expected, whatever. But I mean, I think it is diet based.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely
I mean,
is.
it's not hard to note. If I wake up in the morning or whatever in the middle of the night, like, I know, right? Was eating pizza and something sweet. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like too much dairy. Like shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel they're probably not wolfing down kale salads if they got a colostomy bag.
So, Wade, what were you born without or no longer have?
Well, so I was born with 10 toes. And you guys remember the old swing sets that were tubular steel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a good parent would probably cement those in the ground or whatever. My parents did not. And so we would take turns. And this is in eastern Washington where it's, like 100 degrees or whatever. And we would just take turns holding down the legs of the swing set, the tubular steel, so that it wouldn't lift up out of the ground or whatever. And so I was holding down one of the legs because I was too short to hold the there's A-frames right on either side of the swing set. Yeah. So I just held down one leg. Well, it came up and came down on my second toe.
Did it just chop it off?
Yep. Well, except for the little bit of skin on the bottom side of my toe.
God. And were you wearing shoes at the time?
No, we were barefoot.
Okay.
Of
All
course.
right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't even nail down the swing set. He's not outside in shoes.
Kidding me?
No, they didn't. Yeah. We drank out of the faucet, right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the toe is gone. So you are a 9-toed man.
I am a 9-toed man. And so I went to the doctor, the hospital, whatever, and being 90-degree weather or whatever, I mean, that thing dried up like a raisin, and there was no way to pin it back on or sew it back on or whatever. So
How old were you when this happened?
4.
Well,
Okay.
Wade, for Christmas, you know what I'm going to get you, man?
What?
Pair of flip-flops.
Yeah, that'll help.
Right. Okay.
How
All
about
right.
some steel-toed boots instead?
I wouldn't sweat it. You could still wear flip-flops missing a toe.
Well, not the
not
second
gonna
one.
stay on
Not
your
the
foot.
second one.
Right, he's missing the one next to the
I
big
see.
one.
Yeah, you
like
Get
that
him,
is
get him a pair of slides.
No, I'm going to get him flip-flops.
gotta be flip-flops.
Yeah, exactly.
If he can run a 100-yard dash and keep that flip-flop on his foot, we'll give him $1,000.
That's
Right?
What body part were you born without, or what body part do you no longer have? 206-803 Rock.
Maybe the other toe can get closer.
Man, it's only so close they can get. A flip-flop. Those flip-flops are not staying on his feet. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
What are you missing?
What am I missing? Well, so this is a recent development for me. In March I got the old colonoscopy. I'm 39. I got a genetic condition that makes me predisposed to certain stuff.
Cool.
Some of which is cancer related. Oh yeah, it was great when the doctor was like, so there's a couple mutations. You've got the worst one. It's like, cool. That's cool. So got the old colonoscopy in March, and I'm 39 years old, and they say, we found something. Great. Fast forward to April, just a month ago, and now I no longer have my colon.
It's gone.
Oh.
It's gone.
The whole thing. How big is the colon? Is it something that just take
8 inches, 10 inches?
6 feet, Thrill.
6 feet.
Okay, that's what I want. Because, like, your intestines are 10 million feet long, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering with the colon. So it's 6 feet, and the whole thing is gone.
I got the whole thing gone.
All right.
So
Now,
how do you connect now?
So this is super wild. You guys were just talking about having an ostomy bag before, or someone that had an ostomy bag.
Yeah.
I asked about that, like, am I going to have one? And the surgeon was like, no, we don't do that anymore unless there's a problem. And she's like, what we do is we're going to take your small intestine, I'm going to connect it to your rectum, and in the OR, I'm going to leak test it to make sure there's no leaks, and we got a good seal. And then that's it. And then you start pooping normally, like when you come back out of recovery.
Do they explain exactly what the leak test is?
They don't, Thrill. I'm not really sure what they did to check.
That just
and
seems
see
weird,
if
man.
I'm
Yeah.
leaking.
well, okay, let me ask you this.
You hope they sealed that thing good.
Because you can clinch up, and I'm assuming that your colon plays some part in that.
You would think.
So does your intestines learn that same mechanism since they're in place of that?
So I mean, I've still got my rectum, so like I've got the ability to hold. But what they said was like,
Okay.
you're going to find out that you don't have that big ass storage device anymore of your colon. So, you know, when the urge comes, it's going to be a little bit more like
Urgent?
You can't be like, oh, I'll just S when I get home. It's going to be like, going to have to find a bathroom pretty quick. Not
Okay.
pretty quick,
All
but
right.
shortly. You know, you don't have that same amount of lead time. So I'm still able to do that, and I haven't had any issues with feeling like I'm gambling. But
So you haven't gambled and lost yet.
not yet. Well,
Okay.
in the hospital I did, but that was a different story. So
Now, how long did the pain last? Because I had a hemorrhoidectomy, so just being able to pass anything past a sutured area, difficult. Was that a hard thing to do?
No, it wasn't, Miles. And I don't know if that was just like the location, because I think that they said too, like you don't really have any nerve endings farther in. So like the reason why like people don't really find out about colon stuff, let's say, isn't necessarily because like you're in pain. It's more like you might be pooping blood. Like that's the classic sign.
Right.
But they said like there's not really like nerve endings in there where you would feel that. So I don't feel any incision, and despite being terrified of the same thing of like what's this first one going to feel like, this is pretty scary. It was completely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you got a J pouch.
A J pouch?
That's what they call it. Surgeon can construct an internal pouch from small intestine, allowing you to pass